I wonder if a personality like Socrates could be tolerated today.
I don't know.
At what point would he be, and I mean this in with every respect, is at what point would someone like Socrates be institutionalized
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
for being too persistently bothersome in the public sphere?
right.
Um, and Stoicism is such a public philosophy. It was designed to be informally interactive, and there you get that idea of Socrates being, in one way, it's it's godparent, and Donald Robertson's written quite a bit about that, I believe. And yes, the idea that we can have these people who will just wander around and bother people with questions about virtue and rationality and the good life and and so on. I do wonder if people like this would get moved on by police in
Mm.
2022, if there wouldn't be a space for them.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say something maybe really controversial here, but maybe Socrates wasn't a sage if he was at that point because you can imagine if you see two people arguing over something and one of them is very, let's say, academic about it, and the other one is more emotional on the emotional side,
Mm,
and the
yeah,
and the academic he or she they kind of press the point, and they can
right.
and the other person's getting emotional, but they keep pressing because they're so focused on being right. I don't think that's the Stoic approach. I think the Stoic approach is to take the context and be aware that this is probably isn't doing any good right now. Just getting emotional. This is only going to degrade the interaction. So kind of having that again, having that connection that you mentioned earlier, that view from above, that you're a piece in a puzzle.
Yeah, and recognizing that the system isn't perfect and it will
Yeah,
have irrational expressions, and those irrational expressions come in the form of annoying, overbearing, aggressive humans sometimes.
right.
And I think about this sometimes when I get on the bus,
Mhm.
and people can be a bit pushy when they get on the bus sometimes.
Yeah,
And the Stoic mandate would be to expect that, to be in a modern self-help way, it would be always appreciate that people have other things going on in their life which might motivate them to be violent or unpleasant now, and
yeah,
be sympathetic. The Stoic thing would be the system isn't perfect. It's going to express irrationality. You're encountering that irrationality. Again, it's the fig tree argument. Um, and what is most important is how you respond to it. How
yeah,
and that's the control that you have over your mental appreciation of the, let's say, the violent interaction or the unpleasant event. And that's the, again, the strength in stoicism is that reminder that you are this piece of a whole, and that you do have this capacity to be calm in any storm, and to calm yourself. And
yeah.
yeah, that's a very, very practical imperative.